I was watching highlights because I was at the Colts game and they were showing highlights on TV in the suites that I was in. No big deal. I was in 3 suites yesterday.
Whoa,
4 suites yesterday.
4
4 suites. I was in 4 suites yesterday.
Jeez.
No big deal. Bouncing around suite, kitten cat.
What?
Oh, this is the boring suite. Oh, okay. I'm out of here. I'm going to that suite. I'm not supposed to be there. But they'd show some highlights and Mac Jones just like boom, boom, and then slinging it just like right in stride. Just wide open. The decisions that are being made by Mac Jones, how the fuck did he just fall there?
Yeah.
How did he fall there?
Makes no sense.
How's it happen? Zach Wilson gets big win, in his game back.
Congrats,
Zach. Zach might be a player. We have no idea about Zach.
Threw the worst interception of the season by far yesterday.
No way. I've seen one in the fourth quarter.
It might have been.
That was classic
miscommunication.
miscommunication.
It was bad.
It's like his third game or whatever because he's been hurt for so long. But
14 picks.
Zach Wilson might be. That's actually, because he was last
I don't know
time.
if that's the number, but it is
close.
above 10. Yeah.
Most interception is still alive.
Peyton Manning threw a lot of picks. No, but whatever the
That's
case.
right.
Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. I mean, these conversations. Trey Lance, which we don't know because Jimmy G is fucking doing it right now. Jimmy G, when he's healthy and playing and confident, he's really good. That Niners team is very good right now.
He's the number 2 quarterback in the month of November this year.
So we can't judge Trey Lance yet because he hasn't really played. Justin Fields, Chicago traded up ahead of the Patriots to get Justin Fields. Who knows how that's going to go? I mean, who knows how? What the fuck are the Bears
Staring down
New
rebuild.
coach.
Well, whoever Justin Fields gets with will be massive, and hopefully he'll have great success. Although all stats and odds tell us that 3 out of those 5 would not have
a couple of these guys
couple
might
great
stink.
success. That is what odds. I don't know how any of them are going to be able to do what Mac's going to be able to do long term. He is an assassin. He is a cerebral assassin. Legitimately, and I know they had him do. Hey, we need to do another workout where you're doing off balance throws.
Yeah.
And I assume Bill Belichick was there going, why are these people doing this? Like, just fucking protect the guy. Like, can Tom Brady do off balance throws? No. Can Aaron Rodgers do off-balance throws? Yes, he's an athlete. Is Mac Jones going to be able to do what Aaron Rodgers does? No. But can he do more than what Tom does? Yes. Okay, let's put him in a game. What are we even talking about? He's a stud, dude. He is so good at football. It looks like, and it might be because Man in the Arena, episode 2, Tom Brady talks about Bill Belichick coming in and talking to him on Saturday and saying, hey, this team is going to do this team's going to do this, and then they're going to do this. And then Tom's sitting there, and the next day, less than 24 hours later, he looks, the team does, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're playing with like a cheat sheet almost. Mac Jones has that brain, they said, coming out. Like he has a photographic memory.
Yeah.
He's going to have the recall of the defense, and he's got a fortune teller.
Yeah, Sith Lord.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a Star Wars thing. Sorry.
No, Sith Lord is somebody that knows the future?
I mean, they're like villains who, do stuff for the future, perhaps. Yeah, you could say. It's
Do
more
they
so
know
that-
the future?
Some of them do. Some of them never die either.
So Sith Lords are the future.
Yeah, you could say that.
Well, I don't know if Bill's a Sith Lord. I assume a lot of people hate Sith Lords.
I don't know.
They're the bad guys,
If
so
you-
yeah.
They root, unless you root for the bad guy. I like the bad guy naturally, just cause.
So I think maybe he is the Sith Lord then. Fortune teller, future teller, whatever the case, psychic. I think that might help Mac Jones as well. Mac Jones is unbelievable, AJ. Have you and I talked about this yet? Have you gotten a chance to watch what he did yesterday? I watched a 45-minute version of the game. They showed a couple of his plays. Dude, there is decision making. He's looking at defenses as if he understands what the fuck he's looking at too, which I don't know if that is something that most quarterbacks would do if they didn't, but it appears as if he is in command at this point. It legitimately feels that way, and he can make every throw. He'll miss, which is surprising, but it feels like he is a vet out there, and it's only growing, I think.
I mean, what Mac Jones has been able to do, and he's getting better and better as the year goes. We know that offense is crazy complicated for certain people, like for anyone really to learn. I know. Even talking to Matt Flynn, he was there for training camp. He talked about how learning the playbook was just crazy, and the level of detail and all that. Mac seems to be the perfect guy. I'm sure Connor speaks for a lot of people that are Patriots fans, like you guys are absolutely all in. Like, is he your next Tom Brady?
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, probably win 8 Super Bowls instead of 6. But
Why are you gonna dump on Tom all of a
If
sudden?
their
love
defense
Tom.
plays this well, their defense is legit, man.
Yeah, and with Mac on a rookie deal, like there's a lot of ground.
There's a lot of money we don't. We don't have to spend.
Yeah, exactly.
A while back, this is maybe 2-3 years ago, people were still calling Tom Brady a game manager, right?
Yeah.
Until he won.
They still say it, by the way.
But that's it's insane. But and the other element of this is that Mac Jones is making great throws. These aren't just guys coming under and throwing screens and stuff. There's a lot of that.
Hold on,
he's
Frank. I want to talk to you. You think game manager is a slanderous term? You think?
I do. I think that to the lay person, to the average
Quarterbacks
person,
would view it that way.
Absolutely.
Like, quarterbacks don't want to be called a game manager.
Yeah, but do the quarterbacks not want to be called game manager because the public perception of game? I think a quarterback should be a fucking game manager.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I don't understand how. I don't know why and how that became some slanderous term.
Because it means you can't do anything special.
Yeah.
That's what it means to people. That's how people see it, as it meaning you can't do the crazy 8-yard run like Lamar Jackson will make, right? Like or a Patrick Mahomes or something. They think of people like people with Tom Brady just stands back there and
a robot.
just throws. Yeah, which is even different than Aaron Rodgers, who's going to move around a lot and then just
with a
sling
broken freaking toe.
Yeah. But that's not what Tom Brady's ever going to do. They make fun of Tom Brady for running for 8 yards, right? And
11 or 10.
Yeah, and 11, right?
Yeah,
it was 11.
11.
And Mac Jones, as unathletic as he looked at Alabama, he looks like he's gotten into better shape, and he gets rid of that ball quickly.
He's
he fires the hips when he turns,
and he's comfortable and confident. I just think that is something that is so hard to learn, and he's been able to do it somehow within the first 11, 12 weeks of football. Hour 2 here on Sirius, wrapping up. The show will continue at youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show. Hour 3 is a big one. We got Darius Butler, I think, joining us. He's going to join the show for a good conversation. Frank Caliendo in studio sitting with perfect posture. AJ Hawk and all the boys. We'll see you in 6 minutes. We can't thank you enough. Cheers. Now we should continue here, yeah. I was thinking about walking off to go to the bathroom, but I said we're going to continue just 30 seconds ago, but I had already forgotten about it. Mac legitimately looks like a vet, though.
Well, think about it, though. Don't go back to his college days. What was he running scout team for 3-4 years at Alabama against some of the best defenses in the country, some of the best DBs? Nick Saban is a DB guy. Anyone that knows Saban, his background is in DBs. When his DBs get picks in practice, he's dancing down the sideline. Like, he gets excited when his DBs make plays. So all he's been doing for 4 years in practice is trying to beat Nick Saban and all of his unbelievable DBs and defenses he has.
So when you're talking about placing the ball, like, hey, I know this guy, like a guy.
He's set up for failure, too. But when he's practicing at Alabama, when Mac is running scout team, he's set up for failure. They're trying to trap him into throws and get picks and do things and try to expose him a little bit. And I would imagine some of those practices were pretty fun to watch.
Sometimes people in the NFL have a tough time adjusting to what is open in the NFL, right? They talk about being open in the NFL is like, hey, this much room. So some quarterbacks, people were saying it about Tua last year, where Tua would hold on to it, he wouldn't let it fly because he didn't think somebody was open. Mac had been dealing with that with the same type of corners, NFL corners, with lesser athletes, right? He's probably throwing a great.
Yeah, still
he's been running NFL 7-on-7.
Just young guys.
He's been doing this for 4 years in practice, and then he gets Sarkisian's offense his senior year, which is an NFL offense, reading defenses and checks. It's almost like it was and we can connect the dots looking back now with how he's performed, obviously, and I thought a lot of people were doing this during draft time. That's why he was the number 3 pick, definitely, for a lot of people, but once you start piecing those things together, he was almost like primed, ready to go as a rookie, as opposed to trying to learn the fucking game.
I still think people just look at Mac Jones, and they saw him in college, and he looked a little slothy. He didn't look like a
sloppy or slothy.
Slothy, like
Both,
a sloth, like he looked slow. He didn't look as fit as he does now, and even as fit as he is, he doesn't look like a super athlete. And people now were trained to look at these guys all across the board, and you look at NFL players and you go, these guys are incredible athletes. Even linemen have a certain shape, right? You look for certain shapes. He didn't have that. But he's got the intelligence, and he's got like you said, he's playing against those scout teams, and he's just playing at a higher level.
He throws fucking dimes.
Yeah, he throws dimes. And like back to your point about the scout team, there's stories about him talking shit to Saban. Like he's got that kind of moxie and like the fuck you factor. And there has been talk like, if any of these other rookie QBs were in the Patriots offense, would the offense be just as good? Like I don't think any of the other QBs could make the first touchdown pass he made to Kendrick Bourne in the corner of the end zone where he basically had a free DN coming at him and he threw the ball very early, but it was in a bucket.
Is Mac Jones your son? Because you are lighting up.
Hey, no bull shoes. He's wearing no bull shoes because Mac signed a no bull shoes
He
deal.
got sponsored by No Bull, so it's a No Bull season, baby.
Hey,
right
AJ,
there.
There is a twinkle in your eye.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I've only
Oh, yeah.
had for my own children.
Frank, I mean, look, last year the Patriots won 7-9. It was the worst year of my entire life.
That
And I
seemed like that was almost designed. He was like, well, listen, just nobody's going to show up. We don't need anybody. Let's see what we get.
There's
for
no
next year.
crowds. Nobody to perform
Yeah,
for.
doesn't
Fuck 'em.
need to get a pick in the top 15 so he can get Mac Jones, and it worked out.
AJ, the thought, though, that he fell to the Patriots is what people will talk about. And we have to reference that. That he was sitting there, actually sitting there, waiting. He was waiting for all these teams trade up to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
He's still just sliding down, chilling in the NFL draft room, chilling. And then the Patriots were like, fuck, I guess we have to. But I think that's kind of how Bill viewed it. We have to take this guy. What a match made in heaven. And of course,
Didn't you say it on draft night? Like we said like everybody else is going to be pissed when this dude turns out to be a stud.
pissed. When this guy is a fucking guy, everybody's going to be, how did Bill? Oh, he cheated somehow. He did it again or whatever. It's like, nah. There's just some people that are making some decisions that make you go, how does that happen?
But they're all looking for ticket sellers too. He's not a ticket seller. Or you didn't think he was a ticket seller.
Winning, right? Don't you think?
But
Frank?
it is 100%. That's the.
Oh, but Zach in New York, he's a very attractive young man. He makes big time plays.
It's just that he can move. It's the movement. It's running around. It's just looking electric, and that's not what Mac Jones is. He's a get it done kind of guy. But that's the perfect. When he leaned over to Goodell, right when he got picked. And this is where I wanted to go. And like. That was, you knew it. It just was right.
And as soon as he got in that preseason game in the second quarter or whatever, all of New England knew too.
Yeah.
The entire place started chanting, and they zoomed in on Cam. They're like, how do you think this makes Cam feel? And everybody in the stands did not give a fuck. No. Hey, welcome back to the team, a guy that looks exactly like a guy that led us to the happiest times of our life. It is great to have you back there. Hey, you're welcome here, Pat. You suck. We'll run you the fuck out of here, but you got every opportunity to take us back to the promised land. He has delivered thus far.